Okay, here's the video on triangles, constructing triangles. So we have a triangle rule. It's actually called the triangle inequality theorem, but basically it says this. It says that the sum of any two sides of a triangle must be greater than the third side. Okay, so one more time. The triangle theorem or rule is the sum of any two sides of a triangle must be greater than the third side. So if I have a triangle, and we're going to look at this in more detail tomorrow in class, but what I'm saying is this side, okay, if we say this is A and this is B and this is C, I'm saying that A plus B has to be bigger than C, or it doesn't form a triangle, okay? That also says that C plus B has to be bigger than A, and C plus A has to be bigger than B. And just by looking at this, you can tell that that's really what's going to happen, but it's a rule, and it's important when we're constructing and drawing triangles, or determining if triangles will, if certain numbers will create triangles is really where we see it. All right, so let's go down here and talk about drawing and constructing a triangle. So when we do this, we have some steps. And it says that my example is to draw a triangle with the given measures 25 degrees, 65 degrees, and 90 degrees. All right, so my first step says to draw a line. So this is just a straight line, okay? Straight line. And label one end number 1 and the other end number 2. So I'm going to label this end 1 and this end 2, okay? Step 2, draw one of the given angles from spot 1, okay? So using my protractor, my given angles were 25, 65, and 90. I'm going to take this protractor. I'm going to start with the 90 because that seems to be the easiest. I know that 90 is straight up. So I'm going to put a little dot there, line it up, so I can get exactly on. And I'm not even going to draw it all the way up because I don't want to go through my steps there, okay? But there is the right angle from angle 1, okay? Step 3 says to draw one of the other given angles from spot 2. And so then I'm going to take my protractor, and I know that I need to have a measure of 25 or 65, okay? So let's see. It's probably easiest to draw the 25 because I will intersect this point, and then what's going to happen is the 65 is already going to be drawn for me. So here is 20, 30, so right in between that is 25, and I like to put a dot, and then I'm only going to connect from here to here. Now, this is why we need to use a pencil, because we will most likely have to erase. So you see how I have this extra up here? That should be erased, and you should not have that, so that you have a triangle that looks like this, okay? And if I was to turn this and measure this angle right here, it should be about 65 degrees, because that's what it has to be able to equal a triangle. And so if I followed it up, sure enough, there it is at 65. All right, we'll talk more about constructing or drawing triangles tomorrow, and looking at some where we don't have just the degrees, but we have like a certain measure for the side as well. If you have any questions, come with them tomorrow.